Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Lessons Learned. Okay, so this is a continuation, or I guess a little spin-off of the last episode I did of The Story Behind, where I talk about choreographing my first music video. Choreographing my very first music video. Beyond that, it was a great and amazing experience. There was a lot of lessons learned that I would like to share here and just kind of break down and highlight in this video. A lesson learned in the business side of things is really understanding and breaking down your value and your cost. So understanding how much time was needed for the project. Once the green light was given, I laid out a number of rehearsals. I assigned a value to the rehearsals. If you want private rehearsals, here's the group rehearsals, here's the date and times that we can have and we can do, here are the rates for those rehearsals. So I broke down the cost of the choreography and then broke down the cost of teaching, time spent in rehearsals. You had the price for here's the choreography itself, here's whatever the price is going to be for the private rehearsals, here's the price for the group rehearsals, and the group rehearsals obviously includes the dancers' rates, and then the price for being on set the day of. I think it's very crucial to understand that as a business, as an independent contractor, your time is your value. So understanding how to value your time and break down how much time you're going to be at each thing helps you understand the cost and the budget, in which case I was able to propose a rate and get 100% on the rate, which was amazing for me, especially as a first time. Like, to really sit there and go through, okay, we need at least this much rehearsal time. Here are extra days if you want, that's, whatever the cost and whatever the fee is, but we minimum need this with all the people. Here's the price for the shoot date, because that's going to be a full 8 to 12 hour day, and then there you go. So understanding the breakdown of time and assigning a value to that was very crucial, and really feeling like I would get a fair, proper rate for a music video, which turned out amazing. Okay, so next, working with talent. This is a lesson that I've learned many ways. It'll be a lesson relearned many times, and I'm sure I'll reiterate in other videos. And one thing I definitely learned as a choreographer and creator, when you get hired in on a job, you come in on a job, you don't necessarily know what you're going to be working with. Although it may be ideal to have choreography already set, you need to figure out the level that your artist can do. That way you know whether or not to structure your choreography to be more visual, more simplistic. Can we do more hard-hitting stuff? Once you understand where they're at and how comfortable they are, you can create accordingly. Because you don't want to do all this choreography that they can't do, or that they're going to stress out about and not be able to perform. When we did the job, they asked if they could do it in heels. So it's like, okay, let me create some movement that is doable. I brought my friend David Slaney in to make sure that it could be done in heels and it would be still comfortable, that it could be performed. The objective was like, we want to make this a good choreography for this music video, but at the same time we want to make it easily able to pick back up and use again for a show. Like, if you were going to go perform this song on any other platform, you can utilize this choreography and keep it the same all the way through. That's the goal. We want something that's good for camera but still good to utilize movement and staging. That was the objective with it. The beauty was she was amazingly talented, a great performer. Obviously, for her to get used to somebody she's never taken dance class from before and get thrown right into the deep end, I think she did amazing. All the girls on the job were amazingly talented and super helpful, and I think everybody was very, very supportive. That rehearsals flowed really easily. I don't even think we were ever stressed out. I was actually honestly amazed at how easily it flowed for how quick it went. Being on a job, you get stressed out trying to do something you've never done, but it was a fun, creative challenge that I think we handled it pretty well. Everybody was super open and super adjustable whenever we needed to be, and again, the objective was to make sure that the artist and everyone is comfortable doing what needed to be done. I made sure that when I went in, it's like, I'm not trying to make this what this is. That's like, I'm the choreographer, and like I definitely took anybody's input on what can make this better overall. And then I guess one of the last lessons learned, which is, again, it's a lesson always be learned, is to just always be prepared and be adjustable, especially on the day of when you're on set and you're filming. You may get a couple takes, but still time is limited for wherever you are, because, you know, whether you're outside, you have daylight, that time is limited, or if you're paying for a space, time is limited. You always have to be prepared for something to either go wrong or have to be adjusted. And oftentimes things will go wrong, so you have to adjust whatever just happened. It's just to always be aware of that, be prepared for that. Don't try to be stagnant on anything. Like, whoever is the creative director really has final say. So whatever the director says, you have to try to do and try to pull off. But ideally, if you have control over it, you want to just be adjustable. Things are always going to happen. Sometimes you may not be able to light something properly. Sometimes that shot just didn't work, so you got to go try to do something else. Sometimes some of the greatest magic happens when it's unplanned and something that had to be, you know, an audible call from whatever the original shot was. So just be aware that that's going to happen. I mean, that's what happens often in life, and your success is how you are able to react and respond to whatever's going on in the situation. So on set and the day of, things may happen, things get a little stressed out, but it's always best to try to remain calm and just be adjustable. Like, you know, especially in a creative field, the beauty is that you can kind of bend rules, try new things, and just be different about it. You don't always have to be so locked in. Now, again, when you're dealing with things that are paid for in time, you definitely want to utilize those to the best of your abilities and not lose your money on wasted time or wasted equipment. However, just always know that you have to always be prepared for something to change. And I think that those were three really key lessons that I learned when choreographing this music video. All right, guys.